Hey everyone, welcome back. So I'm still reading through Psalm 119. We left off last week in the letter Zayin, which in Paleo looks a little bit like an axe. And so it can mean axe, it can mean cut, it can mean harvest. It can refer to a sharp tool. So I'm not entirely sure how Psalm 119, 49 through 56 ties in with this letter. Maybe if I were to read it all in Hebrew, which would be an undertaking, I would understand. But I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll pray before we start, and then we'll go ahead and read this section. Abba, I thank you so much for your word. I thank you for its beauty. I thank you for its depth. I thank you for the language of Hebrew, which is just simply amazing and beautiful. I pray that your spirit, your Ruach HaKodesh, would lead me into all understanding and would lead anybody in the sound of my voice, would lead them into a deeper understanding and a deeper appreciation and love for your word and just for your character, which is revealed here through your word. And I just pray all these things in your son's most precious name. Amen. All right, Zayin. This is David. Remember the word to your servant, on which you have caused me to wait. This is my comfort in my affliction, for your word has given me life. The proud have utterly scorned me. I did not turn aside from your Torah. I remembered your right rulings of old, O Yahovah, and I comfort myself. Rage has seized me because of the wrong who forsake your Torah. Your laws have been my songs in the place of all my sojournings. I have remembered your name in the night, O Yah, and I guard your Torah. This has become mine because I have observed your orders. Short section. So I picked an image that had to do with harvest because as I am videoing this right now, in Israel, they're getting ready to see if the barley is aviv, which is a stage of barley where the kernels can be squeezed and not a lot of that milky substance comes from it. And then within a few weeks, if they called aviv, within a few weeks, they'd be able to offer their first fruits offering after Passover. So it has to do with harvest, obviously. And this section of Psalm 119, maybe David's just hinting at the harvest he's been able to glean from keeping the Father's ways and from keeping his laws and his commandments and his Torah. Says that they have become his songs in his place of wandering and his sojourning. And as somebody who has always loved that verse, your salvation has become my song, all of that ties in so beautifully. But anyway, so that's why I picked an image for harvest, because it could be that we get to offer first fruits offerings soon. Now that looks different than it did back in the day because we are not privy to the temple. We're not going up to Jerusalem 3 times a year as was commanded back in the day. But offerings of obedience and of praise have always been closer, I feel, from reading what I see here in the word, closer to the Father's heart than the slaughter offerings or the burnt offerings, which the blood of animals had been necessary to cover our sin, to atone for our sin. But now we have the blood of our Messiah, which we get to celebrate during Passover, praise Yah, coming up here soon. So yes, exciting times. We get to launch into the spring feasts here soon. And if you've never studied or kept any of the spring feasts, they're absolutely beautiful. And they are so rich with symbolism as to what our Messiah has done for us and what he will continue to do for us when he comes back. So I highly, highly recommend that people just dive into these and study them with open hearts and open eyes and open minds. And yeah, I think the Father will continue to meet his people there and continue to woo the hearts of his bride through these days. They're called appointments, I think, for a reason. He set up these appointments long ago, and I think it behooves us and it blesses us to keep these appointments. That is all I have today. Wow, really short. So I pray that this blessed somebody out there, and that you get to share it with somebody else, or yeah, just kind of take these words and chew on them for a little bit. Go look for the meat. All right. I pray everybody is blessed. Goodbye.